omega5004 here. This might seem familiar. Sorry I haven't been exactly, posting Factorial videos because, oh dear, Factorial have been getting more and more boring because, whatever you saw in the last Factorial series was, well, what you did for the entire game. Okay, they recently released a new patch for the game, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it every single. I'm gonna make it very easy for myself to show off new features because I think that's going to just be, you know, a bit easier. None, so there's no enemy bases. There's going to be a lot of density and fucking huge things. So there's no enemies. Okay, tab. So look at all of these minerals. So I'm tempted to just go into debug mode, which is just F7, I believe. Debug mode, F4. Now, how do you go to I know there's a cheat mode somewhere. There has to be. F5. No, that's more debug. F3. F6. No, that's entity bug mode. I was rambling to myself for a few minutes there, but I was saying that they've done some tweaking around with stuff, and they probably don't actually have the any of the new stuff that's supposed to be in here. You're supposed to have some switches, which is supposed to join together two different circuits, blah blah blah. Link in the description below, because... Sorry, what? When the hell did they add tanks? I mean, that's military 1, 2, 3, 4. There's flammables, flamethrower. When the hell did a tank get into this? I assume that it's still the same from, it's still the same inventory set pieces. I assume it's the same inventory set pieces. So, I'm not going to go through this because it would take a long time and it's very goddamn boring to play this game. I mean, when I first got it was fun because, well, I had lots of time to kill because I had nothing else to do, and now that I have Just Cause 3, I cannot play this game at all because Just Cause 3 is a lot better. Also, the reason why I'm not actually, spoiler alert, but I'm not actually uploading any of the videos because I'm afraid, even though I had to update the version, I'm afraid that it will stop decopying. So, as I said in my Just Cause 3 video, again spoilers, I had to go ahead, let me just walk around the map, I had to go ahead and copy my D drive because though Windows does not detect any bad sectors, again I don't think it's actually correct, but though Windows doesn't detect any bad sectors, I heard ticking noises coming from specifically my hard drive. Don't know which hard drive it is. I've decided to try and copy them all to the network drive I have set up. Also, am I on an island? Am I on like the biggest island in the world? Also, as you can see, it does more optimization. So it's staking at an exact 60 FPS. The auto saving isn't as intrusive on the performance as it once was. But other than that, you've changed pretty much nothing besides some of the graphics and the research. But that's only the research icons and the inventory build icons, not the actual set pieces that are used in the inventory. And I'm on a freaking island, am I? I know I already said this, but I'm pretty sure I am on an island. They just deciding I choose make me put me on an island. Oh, here's a sandy area. Ooh, look, I'm John Marston, even though I really want to play Red Dead Redemption. So from what I've seen, it's literally just Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West. I suppose this should also be an update video as well. So, the reason why I... What other update do I actually need? Here's the end of this island. Oh yeah, I've also planned on discontinuing some series. So, series such as, I think I've already discontinued Factorio, because Factorio is kind of boring. And also, I have no time to kill for it, because Just Cause 3 came out, and I'm going to play that to hell. Oh, I'm going to 100% it on video as well. Because when I made the first episode, or before I started recording the first episode, I made a promise to myself that I will not play the game outside of a video. So, I play other games outside the video, well, assuming I'm not watching a load of YouTube videos, but I don't play the game outside of the video that I record, and then, when it comes time to record them, I get to experience everything with you guys. Because, being unexperienced for things is cool. Wait, doesn't flight unlock the plane? Construction, no, that's... Huh? Automobilism... but it's worth of plane, that's one of the other versions, but... Okay, so... continue on with that thought. I want to play the game with you guys. That's the entire point of a Let's Play. Though some people do Let's Plays of a game that they've played a million times, 100% of the million times, that's some people's preferences. Because some people don't want people to go into a video and be like, ah, you don't know what the hell you're doing. But then also, it's kind of boring just to be like, this is how you do this, this is how you do this, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. It'd be just boring, and so I wanted to play specifically Just Cause 3, that kind of style, because it's a combination of both. Just Cause 3 keeps some of its features, most of its features actually, from Just Cause 2, which I've 100%ed. Well, actually, not really, considering I had to install a mod to make it proper, as most of you know that Just Cause 2 is broken in that way. You guys are not able to actually complete it 100%. But, but I plan to 100% Just Cause 3 on video, meaning that I'm able to find the Easter eggs. Now, from, okay, link in the description below. So, there was a reviewer on YouTube that likes Just Cause 3 just as much as I do, or loves it at least. His name is Nerdcubed. Many of you may have heard of him. Basically, he found an Easter egg of himself because he liked Just Cause so much that he managed to make a video series, linked in the description to that video series, called The Job. Basically, it was a skit, a comedy skit that was meant to say that Dan now is the CEO of Square Enix, or Avalanche Studios, whichever one comes first. And, it's like, it's a skit that's supposed to describe what happens to a CEO or whatever, that's like DRM and IAPs and stuff. It was meant to be funny, but it was also meant to say the fact that he got Just Cause 3 early. but he managed to find an Easter egg of himself, his own symbol within Just Cause 3. I'm saying this now because A, that's freaking cool, someone getting their own YouTube channel symbol inside of a video game they really love, and also the fact that I'm gonna be finding that Easter egg even if it kills me of old age, because I'm finding all the Easter eggs. I'm not going to spoil the Easter egg I already found in Just Cause 3, but I'll tell you this, it's trippy as all hell. When I go through it, it feels like my brain has been shocked with 60 billion volts of pure electricity from the Matrix. That's how trippy it feels. Also, I like how there's land. I like how there's landmass. Fucking hell. I like how there's some iron ore over there as well that I cannot actually get to, because it's cut off from the other islands. Anyways, I'm gonna be completing Just Cause 3 100% because I've only found the first Easter egg I told you all about, and then then I'm gonna try and find the other Easter egg I told you about. I don't know if there are any other Easter eggs. Again, spoilers for the nerd gift symbol in Just Cause 3. Oh, shock horror. But I don't know any of the other Easter eggs because, like Just Cause 2, it was stuffed with lots and lots of Easter eggs. So, and really, the only real blaring Easter egg in Just Cause 2 were the hatch and the smoke monster and the island from Lost. That was the Lost Easter egg from Just Cause 2. I'm pretty sure that was the only Easter egg because Square Enix didn't think about it at the time. Or there probably were some more Easter eggs, I don't know. But nowadays in Just Cause 3, it's Easter eggs from past pop culture. So, the Easter egg that I don't want to tell you about rhymes with the word, well actually, it's associated with the words traveling across the cosmos faster than light. And before you say anything, yes, it's a Doctor Who Easter egg. What the hell do you think? Go to the city and find a blue telephone box, grapple it open with a grappling hook, and then walk into it, and hey, you're in another world. I wish that was there. I wish that was an actual Easter egg. Just find a blue police box from I don't know how you find it in Medici, because that's really the only style, or really only thing that's used in England. If you manage to overpower a criminal, you throw them into a police box which only locks them on the outside, and then wait for the police to come after you call them. With the telephone connection on the outside of the police box. But okay, so they should have really added this. I'm just gonna rant on what they should have added and what they shouldn't have added. So they should have added this Easter egg to Just Cause 3. Just Cause 4 probably has this Easter egg, but that's a stretch. Hey, this looks like reverse Japan. I know this because I actually have a map of the world in my office. But but like, I know that if they added the Easter egg, it has to be all working and stuff, because the one I found was working and it was trippy as balls. It has to be all working, because Square Enix / Avalanche Studios like that kind of detail. Oh God, do you like that kind of detail? Like, what is it? Rico. Whenever you would do a devious thing like plant explosives, blow something up, it will always do the same quip that you would probably do yourself in real life. But if you go to special areas, Rico will actually say new quips that you think yourself. Square Enix, man. Well, Square Enix was the one that published it. Avalanche Studios was the one that built the game. Holy shit, I'm on an island shaped like Japan. But if they added in the working Doctor Who Easter egg I was talking about earlier, sorry I keep on getting off the track by being sidetracked by the shape of the map and stuff. I just have a bit of ADHD. But if they implemented that in, the game would have to be an extra 6 gigabytes taller. Taller? Bigger. I mean, it's already from what I can estimate, around 30, 60 gigabyte game. Which is amazing. A 60 gigabyte game that does not have DRM. Okay, it has DRM, but not in that sense. In one of the earlier episodes of the JC3 Let's Play series that I made, I made, link in the description, or link over here, probably across the map if I bothered to do it. But I said that, well, multiple times throughout the Let's Play, that the reason why the developed military was given the initials DRM was because of the fact that no one likes DRM. Now, at launch day, that little thing there wasn't DRM. So if you didn't have a stable connection, you weren't, like, for some reason the servers were down on launch day. But it's not DRM. It doesn't use DRM, it uses a serial key, which it gets no matter what. So Just Cause 3 is, for PC, it is Steam exclusive. You cannot get it anywhere else besides Steam, meaning that Steam will automatically give it a Steam key. Now, what the game would usually do is that it would check the Steam key, which is what Steam has to do for every single game that's ever existed on Steam. It will check the Steam key to make sure. Sorry if I'm getting a bit farther away. It has to check the Steam key to make sure it's a legit version of said software. Now, on launch day, Square Enix take it upon themselves to check it themselves because Steam is very unreliable, causing some issues with DRM. So what they did was they implemented a pre-launch helper. So what it's supposed to do is that it's supposed to it gives you a code that you click on the Help Now button. It will send that code to the available website that's up, which is the official Avalanche or Just Cause 3 website. It will send it to the website. It will say, sorry, but the servers are down. Here's the code. You copy that code from that website into the box. What it will do is that it will cache that code in the library to play the game. It's a brilliant way of doing DRM, because it means that only people who can't buy the game will pirate it, because normally games that have DRM are more piratable, because all what that is a tiny file that can be edited so that other things don't break and deleted, and voila, you have a DRM-free game. That's literally it. But technically, in the definition of DRM, Just Cause 3 has actual DRM. Technically. It's not always online, but technically it does have DRM. It's not as dickish as, say, SimCity, which is always online DRM. Or it's not as stupid and unseen like Sonic Adventures 2 DRM. Basically, the underside of the truck texture that you're not meant to see, that's now 2D sprite floating in midair. It's very creepy. If you have an Intel video card, that shit just shows up on SA2. That kind of DRM is free bonkers. Technically, Just Cause 3 does have DRM. It just allows you to use the DRM without having internet. I mean, assuming you managed to somehow download the game in the first place if you don't have an internet. I mean, come on now. How do you not have an internet in this day and age? But assuming that you don't have an internet that's stable enough to properly have a DRM up, even though the servers were down at launch date, it verifies the game after you verified the game. It's brilliant. See, DRM would be more useful if it was for things like that, because Just Cause 3 is anti-pirating, yes, but it's one cache file. They intentionally did that. I actually looked into it myself. Well, I don't remember properly now. But they intentionally did that so that people who bought the game legitly can get the game legitly. I mean, eventually, now people will start hacking it and being able to play the game no matter what. But it's a brilliant way of doing DRM. And that is the first time I have ever said that. Because the only reason why you would be online is because people can beat your sword. Because how Just Cause 3 works is that in your spare time, you can just try and beat other people's score for various things, like parachuting up the highest building, or wingsuiting for the longest time, or reading for the longest distance, or having the longest distance kick. That kind of thing. It's a really neat system that I wish more games had. But there are some games that is like, okay, do this, that's very absurd. Like the original Elder Scrolls Arena. To prevent any kind of pirating, if you didn't get the game legitly, you don't get a TXT file. You don't get a TXT file, you can't play the game. Because after the first mission, the game will ask you the money cost of a spell from that game. And it's like, dude, I pirated the game, and I got the TXT file. That implies you can pirate the game and look up the TXT file on the internet. Again, DRM isn't a perfect system, but at least Just Cause 3 DRM isn't utterly broken. Like how the DRM for a Xbox works. I heard of someone explaining how they would hack Call of Duty 3 in a video. I don't remember what video or channel it was, but he said that the Xbox receives a kind of a challenge, more of a DRM verification challenge, that if it's a software that's not legit, it will shut down the software and probably delete all of its data off of the disk. And I'm like, dude, seriously. Yeah, that's my rant on DRM. Yeah, but I just needed to acknowledge that, because I know some people get angry at games that have extortionate amounts of DRM, like SimCity, even though it's been patched out. Like, there are many excuses for DRM. The main excuse is that people don't want their games to be pirated. Even though pirating isn't as bad as they think. Yes, they're overall losing a higher profit, but in the long run, it's not going to matter. If it's a game that you're able to play without having to constantly send someone your credit card number, then people will most likely pirate it just because it's too expensive for them. And in that case, lower the price. It's that simple to try and stop pirating. Even though pirating, in my mindset, though pirating is taking something without your permission, pirating can be useful in some ways. Because pirating means that if the game is too expensive for someone to play, and in the same community that the person has pirated the game, if they pirate the game and play it, they can spread the word to the community that doesn't have that game, ultimately giving your game more popularity than if you just ram it up the ass with some DRM. I mean, SimCity 5 wasn't a very popular game. The only people who played it were people who never played the old SimCity games, like me. But when I first got SimCity, it was so goddamn hard to start, because at that time we just moved and the internet wasn't up. You know how well that went. I got SimCity before I moved, and then the internet wasn't up, and then I wasn't able to play the game for a few months, even though I bought the game. I bought the game with real money. Well done, Maxis, even though they patched it out. I mean, back to the topic with the, let me just stand still because my hand is getting numb. But back to the topic of excuses for DRM. Actually, let me play the game now. Back to the topic of excuses for DRM. Another excuse that is the most commonly used is that the game is too inducive, or whatever the word is. It's too overworking for the system, and they have to do most of the work on the servers. Now, there's no freaking way to use calculations on a server. If it's a server, it's most likely running Windows Server version, which is only the shell version. And what I mean by shell is that the only thing you're able to do is use the command prompt. Okay. The other excuse is that it's meant to add extra features. Right away, you know that if DRM is adding extra features, you just can tell that those extra features, you weren't able to see that because I didn't turn on face cam, I didn't use NVIDIA Share, but I made a quotation in the air. Those features are microtransactions. So it's always a good sign when a game boots up and says, "Oh, your internet isn't stable enough. Go and play another game until your internet's back up." Or otherwise, we would think you're a pirate and not allow you to play the game. And then you finally get into the game, and it's a free-to-play. Not free to play because you've actually paid for the game. I still wonder. Okay, off the topic of DRM, now onto microtransactions. Okay, this ended up being a rant video. I'm just trying to find my furnace and burner drill right now. But onto the topic of microtransactions. I mean, I can understand microtransactions in a free-to-play mobile game because it's what eventually people do in to get faster in most apps. Some people think that $72 is acceptable. But when microtransactions work its way into full games, like the entire point of a game, video game, definition, a game you play freely after you've installed it on your computer. That key word, freely. If you put microtransactions in a game like Minecraft, it's like, ooh, you found diamond. Buy the diamond pack to get more diamonds. And then you'd be like, dude, I paid $30 for Minecraft. The hell are you forcing me to do this? games like Assassin's Creed Unity, from what I've heard, it's a bad game. It doesn't properly work on even the highest end rig, on the lowest settings. And there are microtransactions in the game. For a game that is $60, you spend another $520 getting microtransactions, or as they're called, in-app purchases. The entire point of a game is to pay for the game at the start, and you get everything. That's the reason why Plague Inc. evolved, even though it's a much more done up kind of just carbon copy of Pandemic 2. I really don't want to play that game, Pandemic 2. Well, not Pandemic 2 because that's too buggy for me because Flash. What I want to play is the Plague Inc. Evolved because it's the more definitive version to me. But Plague Inc. Evolved, which is the mobile port of a iOS game, Plague Inc. Whenever you try to fast forward, you had to pay $10. Now you can fast forward for free. That's what I like. Whenever it's a good game from mobile ported over to PC amazingly well, and they phase out the need for microtransactions. That's how it should work. Now I'm just bringing up points. That like Just Cause 3's DRM is how DRM should work, because it's, just a code that you're able to simply copy and paste from the website, assuming that you have internet, or internet that's up. In that case, it actually supplies an internal code that you're able to actually paste into the here's a DRM code. It gives you the code in that same launcher as part of the game. And Plague Inc. is how microtransactions should be. Instead of it being a complete free-to-play thing from a mobile phone that's been ported over to PC and given just loads and loads of microtransactions. It should be the other way around. A game that has loads and loads of microtransactions ported to PC to have none. I don't know why I made this video, probably now, because it just seems like I would spark the biggest fire in all of YouTube. Because I know there are some people who fucking like microtransactions. I'm like, dude, pay for a game. I know it seems like a lot of money, but in the long run, you won't be giving $1,000 to a company that's very crappy. Cause, again, NerdCubed, he made a review on Dungeon Keeper Mobile, not 3D or anything fancy like that, mobile. What ended up happening was he got really, really, really mad. Simply because it's a free-to-play mobile game that the currency is gems. So it's currency that's used to speed up things, gems. And what ended up happening was that he tried getting more gems and whoop! Microtransactions, best value, £78. Which converted over to American, almost $80 is best value. And everyone gave it a 5-star review. Well, I bet EA is absolutely rolling in it. Jesus Christ. That's not how to make some microtransactions. Hear that, EA? Take some notes here, please. And also, any indie game developer, take notes as well. Because if you build a game that has microtransactions, people are going to hate you. Or like you, considering how most people start off with this kind of crap. Seriously. Because, okay, so, let me share with you a brief history. So, back when Windows XP was, still there, but it was like 1 or 2 years before Windows Vista, I got my first computer. It was a Windows XP. It was good. It wasn't too strong back then, so I had a lot of viruses, but it worked. After Vista came out, I didn't upgrade Vista. I upgraded back to Windows XP on virtualware inside of a Mac. So, what ended up happening was I got more viruses, yes, but I tried to desperately make them not be there. I played lots of online games. I had some sketchy games on there, but it was VMware, so yeah. Back on XP, there were games like Free Realms, Fusion Fall, Lego Universe, that sort of thing. It was freaking amazing. And then, nowadays, everyone is, for some reason, starting off on the mobile scheme because Samsung is making their phones too cheap. The Samsung phones are made of 10,000% plastic, meaning that you can literally play anything on a Samsung phone because they're able to get a Samsung phone faster than an iPhone or a full-blown PC. Because the lowest end PC you're able to buy pre-built, about $100 or so. Yeah. $100 for a piece of hardware, which seems a bit much, even though you can consider that a computer is made of gold. Technically it is, because gold is a good semiconductor, and a semiconductor is used in things like a SSD, where it's able to properly use a NAND operation. So people are, instead of going ahead and getting some good games, such as Minecraft, even though that's also on the iOS, but people who start out on the iOS are like, okay, I don't like these games because they control clunkily, and they never think about that there's a PC version. And when they do, they're like, oh, it's gonna be stuck in the PC version as well. If the iOS version is anything to go by, the PC version will suck. Meaning that people who start out on an iOS device will most likely shun every single game that ever existed on a PC. I mean, that's the reason why some console gamers say PC is so shit it can't even do this or whatever. Even though there are a few reasons why, like the most common reason why PC is better than console is because of graphics, blah blah blah. The only way to get mods onto a console is to hack it, and that is not safe at all. I actually saw a video on someone trying to mod a game. I think was trying to mod Sonic 06 for the Xbox 360, and managed to make it unusable. Not the game, because Sonic 06 is already unusable, but the actual Xbox. Yeah. Good thing Xbox mimics Windows and has a system restore. No, seriously, you're able to do that. It does have a system restore. I mean, also providing the fact that now the Xbox is, well, very, 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 and I mean very, 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 very compatible with PC. I mean, you're able to plug in an Xbox through your video card and it will work. Or wherever. Or assuming your video card has HDMI inputs. Which actually, I don't think that's even a thing. Because most are probably VGA or DVI. But yeah, let's not touch upon that topic, because I might also spark a bigger fire that will probably devour the universe. Yeah. I don't want a fire to devour the universe. That will bring the meaning down in a fire to a new level. But PC Master Race, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna talk about it anyway because I don't have anything else to talk about. So, everyone knows that every console is designed for gaming. Gaming alone. Try to go on to any sort of online thing, it will probably explode or something. Like PSN. A while back, some hackers actually hacked the PSN servers, causing PSN to be down for a few days. Or how about this? The Xbox Live subscription. Remember what I said earlier about microtransactions, where you pay for the game, and you get everything? Well, Xbox Live is a monthly subscription, but you bought the Xbox One or 360 for around $300. Holy shit. I mean, I would understand why they would do that, but at least segregate it. So, if you're using Windows Live on the PC, you're able to do that now because of Windows 8, then you pay money for the subscription. You should get it for free, like you do for PSN on the Xbox. Okay, technically PSN counts as the PlayStation's version of Steam. Oh, crap. So, since PSN is the PlayStation version of Steam, you don't have to pay a goddamn membership to get internet access. Because the only way to get games off of the Xbox Arcade is to, you guessed it, have an Xbox Live subscription. Excuse me, I had a bit of orange juice earlier. Not really doing well. But I'm like, dude, really? Really? Is this man serious? You don't require any sort of external services, though, for an Xbox. There's a little thing called hacking. You're able to simply get a game's ISO, burn it onto a floppy disk. Okay, not a floppy disk, because I don't think an Xbox... floppy disk. Who the hell uses that though? But anyways, you're able to get the game's ISO, burn it onto a disc in the correct format, and shove it into an Xbox. It seriously isn't that hard. Even though also most games on the Xbox Arcade also have physical copies. Which is like, dude, how the hell do I have physical copies of this game? It's a game that you're only able to get off of PSN. So basically, you're able to get it off of a site for $10. Actually, how the Xbox Arcade works is that it uses a currency called what is it called again? It's called isn't it called Microsoft Points? Yeah, Microsoft Points. Basically, what you do is you pay Microsoft about $5 or so. Again, it's a cheap thing, so I'm not gonna fret about it too much. But you just pay Microsoft about $10 or so, and it will then you get Microsoft points back, which are used to buy multiple games. Like you're able to buy, I believe you're able to buy Minecraft Story Mode. Still wonder why that game exists. Still wonder why that game exists. I mean, Minecraft doesn't need a story mode. Never will need a story mode. And frankly, I don't care about a damn story mode. Because I play Minecraft to have fun and build shit, even though in order to build crap in Minecraft story mode, you just kind of press W a lot. Yeah, it's kind of weird how Minecraft story mode does that. Oh, I forgot. I don't have any enemies, so I can do all the pollution I freaking want. Hooray! America for the win. I like how I'm making an America joke even though I live in America. Yeah. As you can probably tell by how I'm recording this in time zones. Okay, so I need conveyor belts, which should give me 4 conveyor belts. We're able to use that as fuel, even though it's not very that effective because it's copper. Good thing I got this coal operation up. Now, another thing to point out about the game. The entire point of the game is automation. Yeah, you heard me, automation. But anyways, you know what, I think I'm going to end it here. I don't have anything to talk about, and this is already boring. Anyways, that's it for this video, and